So weird shit going on. I was trying to make videos for the last 3 days, probably attempted to make somewhere around 12, just wasn't working. But last night, the interesting thing is that I was making a video about how the alarm is going off, okay? Years ago, we were 5 minutes to midnight, couple minutes to midnight, minute to midnight, it's midnight, which means it's go time. Also, the prep for battle messages a couple weeks ago, and all the people that have been, we've been for a long time. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, you know. So obviously this is for like the worker bees. So we have been in, and there's been several over the last 2 weeks, whether people are awake or asleep. See, this stuff doesn't just happen while you're sleeping, but people have to compartmentalize into their daily awake life, and that's why a lot of people are tired during the day, because they're doing so much in other places. Now the timelines, to me, what they look like, well, they if you were to look at one running currently, just running straight, just to oversimplify it, if it was running straight, and then we have other timelines that are a little higher, and then energy coming down from higher dimensions, and then we have lower, okay? The lower ones need to be cleared to make way for the right one. That's all the purging that you guys are doing. You guys are energy sponges. That's why you have to alchemize every day. Otherwise you feel terrible and heavy and lethargic and out of your body and yucky. So it may feel like things are repeating at times. There's a lot of timeline slips and jumps and shifting around, okay? You can tell by the Mandela effects. You can tell by your own Mandela effects. Also, you may notice that your power is ramping up, so that can look like a lot of different things. It can look like your telepathy is increasing or even starting. For some, can look like sparks coming out of your hands, like if you go to light an incense or candle or something, like you shit's coming out of your, hands, actual sparks. It's gonna look very strange. You're shorting out tech stuff, mechanical stuff. That stuff is lower frequency than you, but your phone, stopped it at 333, by the way. But your phone, mechanics, things in your car, different things like that, they're going to act up when you feel like you ramped up. Like, I have to get off of people's lives if I watch their live, because I end up pausing their live and glitching it, and everyone's like, what happened? What's going on? I'm like, ooh, bye. If you're telekinetic, you can feel when it happens, like the energy shoots out of your body. You feel when it happens, and it's like, When I do lives, yeah, that's a good time. I spend half of it like glitched out, and I can't aim it toward my body. So when I start lives again, if it's aimed in a different, anyway, that shit is ramping up. If you're already, it's getting a little silly because the tech can't keep up with, it's not advanced enough to keep up with you. There are new systems that are overlapping, okay, which is the next part of what I'm going to get into. But there are new systems that are overlapping and taking over, and as we jump, things will be upgraded. They'll upgrade more and more and more. Because like I've mentioned in other videos, that timeline is right here. That dimension is right here, okay? People say, I live in 5D all the time. No, you don't. You don't, because you're still in a system. Your elevated consciousness is seeing from there a lot of the time, but physically our body is not, can't hold, this is not supporting total 5D as of yet. We're still jumping, clearing, jumping, clearing. When you can see into those other realms, and into 5D is not one lump sum thing. There are several timelines within 5D, and they go into non-physical. So as of right now, that's the integration. So that's why your body has to ramp up to match it. Your higher self's coming in, integrating with, all this power of God and such. So it's an integration into, that's why everyone's jobs are now taking a spiritual turn, where they did like corporate, now they're like, it's taking a spiritual turn. Yes it is. And it's not spiritual like woo-woo bunch of bullshit. That's not what I mean. I mean quantum physics. There's some weird shit going on here. Like I feel like I'm waiting for something. I feel like I'm in between cycles here. My old life, my new life. Yeah. That's why we keep saying the alarm's going off. Hello? Get your body higher vibration to match your higher self, to match this higher energy coming in, because it's an easier ride. When the prophecies came decades ago, The people who were going to experience disharmony were the ones that hung on to, it was like the light was coming like a raging river, and it has a destination. It knows what it's doing. Light is intelligence. And the people that would hang onto the riverbank and fight it, and fight all the changes, and fight all the things, were going to be the ones that experience the most disharmony. And you can see them yelling. You can see them pitching a fit. That's what ego does. That's the difference. It pitches a fit, wants it the way it wants it, no matter, it's gonna la 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 la. I'm not listening to anything. I want it how I want it. And that's ego. And that, like, if I don't get it my way, I'm gonna pitch a fit. Now, side note, you guys are all warriors, you know. So yeah, you're gonna have this righteous anger. You're gonna have this, God keeps a little fraction of it there that you will not be able to heal no matter what you do. Like 3% of your shit's gonna stay, so that you resonate with this timeline. These timelines, I should say. God's gonna keep a little bit there, and that's straight from God. He's told me several times. 97% is gonna be the collective and what you're clearing. Your stuff, if you feel like, why can't I heal this? Because you're a warrior battling. You need it. Because that type of anger is very different. That's a righteous anger about injustice and things like that. That's not, you know, I'm pitching a fit like a 2-year-old. It's, and believe me, we pitch our fits because this shit is hard. But I mean, overall, we have a very different outlook than all the groups pitching a fit right now. We're actually kind of walking through with this stabilized energy going, that's okay, we love you anyway. That's okay. We've been loving you anyway this whole time. You know, hopefully you'll get it. And so you may feel like timelines are repeating. Things are repeating. They are. Because if you take this, you know, timeline that runs, you know, straight to the winning time, we'll say. If you take that one and you take all the low ones, have to, as they come up like a magnet. The more we heal all this, we're clearing out all this. So then the good gets magnetized right up to it, magnetized right up to it, magnetized right up to it. But we gotta come down, clear it out, come back up. That's why it's like, why are we seeing things about Schmovid again? That was gone 3 years ago. That's gone. Higher timelines, it's not there. Just like all the old, you know, stuff. Remnants of that has to be cleared out, has to be gone, has to be corrected. Now, the overlap I always talk about is the new grid. That is, if like in gym class, we're holding down a parachute, you know, that's the new grid. You guys are the anchor post for that new grid. Holding down, bringing down that parachute, bringing that light into this, all of these timelines. And in turn, you keep in a high vibration and anchoring, because you're a column of light, you anchor it here. You're not leaving, you're anchoring it here. And as you do that, it's going to flip through. Timelines are going to flip very quickly because they're going to just purge. All the yucky stuff is just going to purge out. Because you can't have dark and light in the same space. If light is really ramped up, it'll repel it. Like I've talked about for years, the snake line on a mountain. You get up to a certain elevation, snakes can't get up that high because you're up too high. Same thing with your frequency. You get up to a certain elevation, you know. So that's why you have to watch distractions. You have to watch your focus. What are you focused on? Don't repeat stuff you don't want right now, because you're going to make it happen faster and stronger than before. Watch your focus. Make sure you're binging good stuff. You're binging spiritual stuff. Things that make you feel good. Love you.